Well, Grand Design has done it again. I'm in the Reflection 324. This is a 2025 model. Excellent floor plan for somebody that needs to spread out. They have family. Maybe they need to sleep 6 to 8 people. Perfect coach. So for more information on this camper or any others, reach out to me. Contact information down below, as well as the specifications for this. So let's get started. Now let's start with the handrail on the outside. This is that new handrail. Very easy for you to go ahead and set this thing up. All you're doing is pulling this thing out here. This will pull down, and that's pretty much it. You just got to put the pin back, secure the pin, but that gives you a much more secure handrail, and it's much longer. It reaches all the way to the bottom of the steps, as you can see there. Now, when most people see these steps, you know, solid steps, whatever you want to call them, this one's a step above. The benefit of this one is it has this system on it here. And what that does is, you can see it's not, notice how it's not falling down, it's not going up. It makes it very easy. I've actually got to push it to go down. As I'm lifting it, that's a counterbalance. This is almost like I'm folding a laptop. So you don't have all that weight. So even the smallest person, I say smallest, you know, you're gonna have to at least be able to reach a step, will be able to put that up very effortlessly, if that's even a word. Now this is your awning area here. Notice how it's up high. It's going to give you some great coverage, especially for the fact that you have your kitchen set up right here. You've got a little, if you have a dog or any other type of pet that you'd like to secure out here, you can. Of course, the connection for this cooktop, your capital grill, is right under here. That is your LP connector. You do have your outside refrigerator. Something I highly recommend you do if you're using this for a long period of time and this ices up. Be very careful when you're going down the road. Understand this is 110 and it is going to shut off as you're traveling. I would ask you to go ahead, I'd remind you to take stuff out of there, put a towel in there to collect the moisture. The last thing you want to do is have that stuff melting and coming all out in here. Not a good thing to have. Central light back there with the 110 outlet, nice little storage area. And of course, look at all that storage. You go ahead and connect another TV. Now they have it there, but then you could pull it down through here to have your TV on the outside. Now with that being said, you're gonna have one of these here as well as on the other side. Be sure you get some brass wool, put it in there. You don't wanna have critters coming up through there. Trust me. Because they can eat through this plastic, they're not going to eat through that brass wool. Another sensor light right here. So you can set it for sensor, it can be off or on. See, right now it's sensor, and once it senses motion, it will go ahead and turn on. So there's what it looks like on your door side there. Now, you're going to have an LP bottle, 30-pound LP bottle on this side. You'll have another one on the other side. I'll go over that in just a second here. I want to just explain a couple things to that. This is where you're going to go ahead and have your batteries. Of course, your solar controller. If you have an inverter, everything's going to be right in here. Gives you a little... So I just want to point out a couple of things under here. Obviously, you do have a light under here. Again, make that a sensor light. Benefit for you there is you can go ahead and have it sense the motion when you open it up, and it just makes it a lot easier. But what you have is two things. You have a battery disconnect. That way there, when you're not using it, you can turn that off. You also have a solar disconnect. Now, why would you want to have a solar disconnect? Well, when you're plugged in, you don't need to have that on. However, when you're not plugged in, you can shut off your disconnect and turn your solar connect on, so that way there, the solar panels are trying to at least trickle charge your battery. Okay, if you're going to put an inverter in here, the inverter, you see it's prepped, it goes right up there, and then it's a matter of wiring it to the panel for the different outlets and so forth. So that is underneath. Now I do like what they've done here. Nice little feature. Most of you that maybe had a fifth wheel before might know what I'm talking about. The This cord you used to have to throw up in here. You throw in the bottom here. But now they've put this little latch right here. So now that's keeping it out of the weather and it's keeping it from getting things in it. So nice little feature and a benefit for those that purchase this as well. Or you might want to put that on your coach. And then here, this is your other LP bottle. Now, something that is I talk about is the fact that you have this automatic switchover. The benefit of automatic switchover is that you'll never run out of LP if it's done right. Stay tuned, I'll be doing a video on that, so keep an eye. Very important. I know some people just tell you to turn one bottle on and wait till it goes empty, because then you'll know, because you won't have LP. I'm going to tell you how you can alleviate that problem and never run out of propane. So stay tuned, I'll bring that to you. This is going to be where you go ahead and hook everything up. I was telling you about this is where you're going to be bringing your water hose, cable connector, black tank rinse thing up through there. Notice your poles are above the floor. Nice thing with that, they're in the area where it's heated and controlled. So it makes it much nicer. You see you do have a heat duct in here coming right there. So it's going to be heated in here. Of course, you have another light here. 110 outlet, so that way there, if you needed to have a heated water hose, you're able to plug that in. And then this is where you take care of your leveling system, as well as your taking it on and off your truck. Now see how they have that angled a little bit? The benefit to you there is that you're able to stand here as you're pushing the button and being able to see it come on and off your truck. The Furrion water heater, okay? Something they've had an issue with is rain getting in here and having a sensor issue. Something you could do to alleviate probably about 95% of that is to go ahead and put, you know, the covers you'd put over here, a little circle thing, it's a little screen, put that over there, and from what I understand, that has helped people be able to, better than 95% of the time when it's raining, not have an issue, because you don't want to have that. Now, I know this is underneath the slide out, but the nice thing is, notice how you have the light there, so that way there, if you're connecting at night, then at least you're able to see what's going on. Now you'll see a little handle back behind there. Now that is for your gray tank from your kitchen sink, whereas the one in here, one is going to be your gray tank, that's going to be from your bathroom, and then your black tank obviously from the toilet. Of course, you have two slides on this side, and I'm going to show you underneath here a little bit. And then of course a place for you to put your sewer hose. Here is your spare tire. You can see your freshwater tank dump over there, overflow. So this is what it looks like underneath your camper. As you can see, a sealed and enclosed underbelly. And then on the back, you do have a hitch receiver. That's good for 3,000 pounds if you're towing. That would be 300 pounds tongue weight maximum, or 300 pounds if you're putting bicycles or something, mother-in-law seat, things of that nature. It does come wired and framed for that Furrion rear observation camera. Benefit there is you're able to see behind you when you're backing up as well as when you're moving forward. Some of these manufacturers talk about how they have a backup camera. I don't know why they put a backup camera on there. The rear observation camera is the way to go. Your ladder here rated at 300 pounds. Now let me show you what the roof looks like. So this is your roof. Of course, you have your vents, Wi-Fi stuff, ACs. You've got your solar panel that's up here. Of course, you do have more room if you decided you wanted to put more solar panels up here. You can do that. So I just want to give you an idea what the roof looks like. Great views up here, but it is a walkable roof. So that way there, if you're going to I don't know, tailgate parties, you're going to races where you want to get up on the roof to get a view, you can see what kind of view it will give you. So as you come in the door here, as you can see, this is what you're going to be able to see. First thing you're going to have here, and by the way, I like the fact that these are pocket doors. They're not in the way while they're open. So this is the bunk area. And as you can see, I'm sorry I didn't turn on these lights, these additional lights that are in here. But as you can see, you have an area where you put another TV in here. Good storage for whoever's going to be in this room, or you can use it for whatever. Notice how the heat ducts are not on the floor. This top bed here, to give you some more room to spread out, you can see actually how it pops up. And then of course they have their own light here on the bottom bunk, so that way there, when this thing is down, they've got a little additional light there. Nice tall ceiling. You have 3 windows in this room that you can open for airflow. You've got one on the bunk, the bottom bunk. This one's your emergency window, but you can still use that. And then you've got the one up top there. Now it does have 2 AC ducts blowing into here. This is 50 amp, and it does have 2 air conditioners. Your breakers and fuses are going to be in this room, right down there. So this is the bunk area. Now let's go into the kitchen area. As you can see, what they've done here is you've got your recliners to the left, and then you've got your dinette booth in the back. Now I have that bed down right now. I'll go ahead and put that up for a table, but I wanted you to see how big of a bed that would be, because if we take off those cushions, and really don't need to, but if you needed to, you can. That thing's almost 8 feet in length. So heck of a nice place for somebody to sleep if need be. Additionally, right? So there would be 2. Then you've got another, there's 3, 4, 5, 6. If you double up in here, that's how you're able to get up to 8 people in here. So kitchen area, residential style refrigerator. And what I mean by that is, you know, it's the double door. You've got the refrigerator, freezer. This thing already comes with the tire pressure monitoring system, as well as a travel Wi-Fi system. You've got your 3-burner cooktop. Take a look at how big that is. That's pretty nice, isn't it? Bigger microwave oven, the larger one. Now we've just got this in. We haven't even put this thing together. We haven't cleaned it up or anything. So you also have under here, look at how big that oven is. You can actually do some cooking in that oven. And then of course you have all the storage back behind here. There's going to be your trash can. Storage up underneath your kitchen sink. Now with these kitchen sinks, some people take these things and they'll cut it in half. That way there you can have half for when you want to rinse things. And if you want it full, you can just put both of them in there at the same time. But you do have your pull-out faucet. It does swivel and so forth to get out of the way. And of course you're going to also have outlets on the counter, your island I should say, right there on this end. So you can see I have all the lights on that 12 volt will work. These lights here are not going to come on because I'm not plugged into power. And by the way, those are 3 recliners, and in the middle area you do have the cup holder area. Your pantry. As we go into the pantry, this thing does have a sensor for motion, but I like how they've done the sensor light because it's down both sides. It's not just the one that they put up top here. It's the one on both sides, so there you can see into all of the shelves. Now also notice that they set the shelves back a little bit. That way there, if you want to set a broom in here or a mop, it gives you a little bit of area to do so. Now let me show you what that dinette booth looks like, and what you do with the cushion that you're not going to be using there. Now once you get the cushion out of the way, and I raise it up a little bit past the cushions themselves, because it'll sit, when it's sitting down there, it's sitting on this, so these cushions are going to be holding it down a little bit. But all you have is these 2 handles, and all we're going to do is we just pull those out, and this thing is going to raise up. Now that's as high as it goes, but notice how wiggly it is, right? You see how wiggly it is? The cool thing is on this is, see, you can adjust these here to how tight you want it, so that way there we can get it so it is not wiggling whatsoever. I mean, that's the, you know, the downside is this is a fixed table. The good sides is this thing is more stable than the other ones where you just put the legs to the ground. Notice you have a 110 outlet underneath there. You've got lights up top, good storage. And the nice thing with this here also is when you're sitting here, you can actually just kick back, and it's almost as though you are in a recliner and you could be watching the TV here. Or, you know, calling the cook, asking them to bring you something because now you got a table. Set your beverage on it and any snacks or food you want as well. They do have, on most of the windows except for that one there, you see the blackout shades. Now I like the fact that they have that little tassel, okay, and you can kind of hide it because it's, you know, the black framing and so forth. These do not have the frameless windows. You know, frameless windows are, there's pluses and minuses with frameless windows. The plus to the frameless window is that you can open it if it's raining, right? However, the problem with that is it only opens like yay far. With these windows here, as you can see, look at how much airflow you could have in here, because that'll open, you get that whole side there, you've got the other one over there. So you've got much larger airflow coming through here. Now you might say, Paul, how am I going to get the airflow? Well, if there's not a breeze, you go ahead and turn on the power vent fan right there. Now I know you're probably saying to me at that point, well, Paul, how the heck am I going to reach that? Well, that's a great question. Is you have this right here, and you're able to turn that on right there, and it will turn on. Since it's 12 volt, I'm plugged in for battery power right now. Now it's turned on, and then of course you have the different speeds. That helps you also if you're cooking, because the nice thing is you can open this window here, and that's going to pull the airflow right across here and right out the vent there. Now, I do recommend that if you're going to be using that vent fan, make sure that you have a window or door or another vent open. I know that there is some controversy on that. I'm just giving you my professional opinion, and I think that they should put it in the manuals. And you will notice that if you're running that fan and don't have a window or door open or another vent, you're going to hear the fan laboring. If you open up a window or something, then you'll hear it. It's not going to be taking as much voltage to be running because it's able to pull air from somewhere. When you don't, it's very, very tough. It's going to be pulling it around, you know, the little holes that are around your slide out and trying to pull air from there and anywhere else. So you run a couple risks, and the thing you want to do is make sure you're operating it properly. So I'm giving you my professional opinion. You could take that for what it's worth, and hopefully that helps you. Now, the other thing I would highly recommend you do is put the proper max air vent cover on that, so that way there you can use it if and when it's raining. So just a little bit of extra information there. Something else I didn't cover with that TV, you do have the fireplace there. You can see nice little lights above here. Your AC, you have one AC here, it's Furrion. Keep these shut when you're trying to cool the camper. That's only if you want to really like cool this room down. Once it gets cool, shut it. Or if you want to cool yourself off, that's what they call a quick cool feature. Let's go take a look upstairs here. By the way, so you have a little light, night light here that would turn on when it senses motion, but you got to make sure that you have it on your on this part here. Now, something this can connect to your smartphone. One thing I want to caution you about is you see how you have the pennant lights right above there. Now I've just shut it off using this switch. You'll notice here it's shut off as well. So you have two different places where you can go ahead and do that. I'm glad they have finally figured that thing out. It used to be if you shut it off one place, then for some reason the other one wasn't working. I'm glad to see they've gotten that fixed. Slide controls here, your awning control. Nice handle as you're coming up the steps here. Another window, keeps it nice and bright. This is what it looks like when it's dark in the bathroom. Nice little vent fan. I like the fact they put a little vent fan here because that way there you can actually use that when you're going to the bathroom or when you're taking a shower. as opposed to the power vent fan. Boy, I'll tell you what, you have one of those power vent fans on and you flush that toilet, you will not be a very happy camper, that's for sure. AC duct in here, you have a heat duct, nice little towel holder there, and take a look at how big this storage is right there. You have storage there, you have storage over here. Now I know some people ask me, Paul, why don't they install these? Because most people don't want them installed, and if they did install it, they're probably going to put it in the wrong place. You got to be careful where you put it. I mean, if you put it here on this wall, then you're going to have a problem opening this door. Some people will put it on the inside of this door. Some people might decide they want it on this wall or that wall, wherever. Some people don't put it up at all. You'll notice there's also another night light in here. Benefit to you there is, again, in the night, you're coming in, you have one in the bedroom, you have one here, you have one on the step. You're not having to turn on massive lights to see where you are. The pocket doors for the shower, I really wish that they would go ahead and secure these on the front side, not the back side. You're not going to be jackrabbit starts, but if you ever had to stop hard and you didn't close this properly, boy, that could be a problem, big time. So, good size shower. Notice they didn't put a skylight, but they got the cutout there. Now, the nice thing with that, not having the skylight there, that's one less area for having heat coming in here. So, what are you thinking of the bathroom? I like the fact they have the high-rise faucet. It's a larger sink than they've had before. A pocket door as well, same thing for the bedroom. All pocket doors, making it much easier to maneuver through the camper. Second AC up here. One thing I did not point out, that it does have the JBL sound system in here with the stereo. Take a look at the lights you have there. And of course, this one also has a place where you put TV. You have the windows. And again, that's a large window there. You actually have some air coming through. AC, you're able to go ahead and control that up here. Anyway, so you have your, notice that it has that light that's inside there. And then, of course, your drawers. You have 3 drawers. So that's a storage in here, besides the storage that you're going to have above there. And then last place you have storage here is under the bed. Now notice how high this mattress gets up there. Don't get too excited about that. Once you put a heavier mattress on there, it's going to make it very difficult for that thing to move up. So just keep that in mind. Nice padded headboard, 110 and 12 volt plugs on either side of the bed. This is the only place here in the bathroom that has the heat ducts in the floor. That's because it's coming through the basement area. I'll show you when we're on the outside. One last look from this standpoint. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2025 324 MBS Reflection by Grand Design. What do you think of the floor plan? What do you think of the features, the benefits that they have? Was there something I missed? Something maybe that I didn't point out? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be back at you again soon. Take care.